Not even close to ready, but I'm just excited because my order from Antique Electronics Supply, trusty Antique Electronics Supply, came through today. There's my order, a new tube, which is a 6DR7. That tube and a whole bunch of capacitors, and look at this, a yellow jacket rectifier, solid state rectifier converter, which I'm going to use on this unit. We're nowhere near getting ready to do this. It's just that I'm excited about it. I just picked this up for basically nothing. What it is it is a 1960s standalone reverb unit. Tube reverb unit. So what you would do is you would hook your guitar into one side of it, and you would hook your amp into the other side of it. Here's your output, input cord, output into your amp. It even has a foot switch. Well, I have to build a foot switch for it, and it has reverb, or you can reverse reverb, however that's going to sound. It is all tube driven. We have a multi-section can capacitor there, which we are going to replace with some nice F&T capacitors. I'm using nice stuff on it because if I keep it, I want it to be nice. Bear with me, I'm going to turn it over. But also if I sell it, I want it to be all nice stuff. So tube driven with a 6DR7, which I was able to get. The next tube in the series is a 6EU7 tube. And the deal with the 6EU7 is this. If you look at the specifications for a 6EU7 tube, the specifications are exactly that of a 12AX7, except the pins are wired different. So, what I believe I'm going to do, and we'll see how it goes, because they wanted like 40 bucks for a 6EU7 tube. $37 was the cheapest one I could find. And then I started reading around, and they're like, hey, you know, that's just a RCA version of a 12AX7, where RCA was trying to make it exclusive to them. But if you look at the spec sheet, they are in fact identical, except for the wiring on the pins. Here's the underside of it. Looks like all original capacitors except for probably that one. I believe he did, because the guy that had it got it working. Possibly this capacitor here might be newer. That one definitely looks newer. He said that it took one tube and one capacitor to get it working. So I believe what I'll do is rewire this for a 12AX7. I may keep it. If it's working, then maybe I'll just keep it. And if the tube eventually goes, sorry about the camera work here, I'll rewire it into a 12AX7 pinout. I also got these cables here and connectors, because I'm going to put some lovely looking reverb cables on them. I'm also going to do the same thing. I've got enough here, I think, to do this and my my cherished Carvin amp. I think I'll make one of those sets like that for that. Fender used to do that and really look cool. So here's the reverb tank for it. Interesting tank. Couple of breaks in the springs, which is nice, which tells me it's going to be a lot of reverb. So we'll see how it goes. I've never really played with these standalone reverb units. I've heard they're cool. They look cool. Also, like I said, I'm going to be going with instead of the 5Y3, or I'm sorry, what is that? The 5Y, can't remember. 5Y4? No, what is it called again? 5Y3 rectifier. The 5Y3 rectifier that's in there, I'm going to go ahead and replace that with a yellow jacket replacement instead of doing diodes, because I could just make my own full wave rectifier in there. But I figure this way it keeps it more original. That way, if I were to sell it and somebody wanted to go back to a tube rectifier, why you would want a tube rectifier for a reverb unit, I can't really figure out. But then they could just pull the yellow jacket converter out and replace it with a tube. Simple enough. So there is the project, as well as we're going to be building a cabinet for it. So we'll see what kind of ideas we come up with a cabinet. It's not going to be a large cabinet, but I definitely want to make it look cool and classy. So there you go. Airline, what is this? This is an Airline Reverb unit. There is a number on it. There we go, model 629019. If you look this up, Airline used the prefix 62 for a lot of their stuff, so when looking up the correct schematic, you would just look up 9019 and that would come up with a schematic for this unit. So that's where we're at. Hope you guys enjoy this. Hope I can get started soon. As you can see, everything's a disaster. I'm not even anywhere close to ready to start working on this. Just too much of a mess down here right now. Peace.